कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There was a great saint in Ganeshpuri. You might have heard the name Ganeshpuri, near Mumbai. And the name of that saint was Nityananda Baba. He was a Avadhut. About him, nothing is known. Whatever little is available is, he was abandoned child at the age of few days, and in a jungle. It was picked up by one worker, handed over to somebody, that this I found, I don't know what to do with this. So that Mr. Iyer and his family, they looked after the child. Slowly the child grew, and to cut short the story, he became a great authority in self, as to what is the self, what is the reality. So many people used to go to him, and he was sometimes frustrated. What was the reason? All the people going to him, they wanted only the problems of their life to be solved. My wife doesn't listen to me, Maharaj, do something. My children are not going to the college. See, constantly the same thing. His experience, I experience. Yesterday, when we went to Suryaji's place, last year when I went, who is interested in knowing the truth? See, nobody is interested. So, he used to say, Swami Nityananda Maharaj, he used to say, I am here to give the diamonds. Diamonds in Hindi is called हीरे, हीरा. मैं यहाँ हीरा देने के लिए बैठा हूँ, लोग आके हिंग मांगते हैं. See friends, who want the truth? See friends. Therefore, one lady once asked me this question, Swamiji, you are giving talks during our Corona festival time. There is nobody in front of you. You are only talking to the camera. And I have seen your talks, whether they are in front of the actual audience or virtual audience. The same thing. Don't you feel awkward and talking to yourself like a mad? I said, when I talk even in front of the actual audience, that time also I feel I am mad. Because is it that the actual audience is listening and the virtual audience is not listening? No, both of them are not listening. See friends, because it is not our fault. It is the manufacturer's defect. In Kathopanishad, a mantra comes, Paranchikhani vetrunas swayambhu tasmat paran pashyati nantaratman kaschid dhiraha pratyagatmanamaikshat avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam Swayambhu, the God, Paranchi khani vetrunat. Khani indriyani. Paran others. Anchati gacchati. When I am seated in my eyes, where will I go? I will go in colors and forms. When I am seated in my ears, where will I go? I will go in the sounds. See? And it is by default. You can't do anything about it. See? And therefore, we become extrovert. And then we want to know, what about others? Who are you? Where are you from? What is your name? Why you have come here? See? Because we are seated in our faculties. See how simple it is. Remember one principle which I emphasize 100 times. Nobody can teach us anything. And nobody can stop us if we start learning from our experiences. Out of courtesy, we have to say, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum, Bhagavan Krishna is Jagat Guru. Close the doors, eating. So, we have to say that Bhagavan Krishna is Jagat Guru. And we should say also. But find out, if he was Jagat Guru, he should have been able to teach. Who is a Guru who teaches? He should have been able to teach to Duryodhan, Dushyasan, Dhritarashtra. He could not teach. In the same manner, there are so many Mahatmas in this world. Nobody can teach anything to anybody. Remember this principle. And the other extreme, if you are bent upon learning, nobody can stop you from learning. See, learning is our subjective approach and teaching is objective approach. See, for this example comes in our Mahabharata. You all know Ekalavya. Ekalavya was rejected by Dronacharya. I won't take you as my disciple. What Ekalavya said, who cares? And he became a better disciple than Arjuna. See, friends, so what we have to learn? We have to learn only this thing. Nobody can teach us, and if we are bent upon learning, even God cannot stop us. See, friends. So this learning process, if it is inaugurated and established in our life, then we will, without any difficulty, will discover as to who we are. See? And for that, we have to be qualified. Unqualified person may come there, but he won't be benefited. So what is the qualification? Qualification is, we are successful in life. In whichever field you are. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. The truth is not for those who are dropouts, who have failed in every field, and therefore, I think, I'll become Babaji. One person asked me this question. Swamiji, what is the qualification to become a Swami? I said there are two professions where the qualification is, you are good for nothing. Really? Yes. Two professions. One is a Swami, Sannyasi, Babaji. Second is a politician. No qualifications are inquired and required. See, friends. Therefore, what is the qualification required to know the self? The qualification is, now take an example to understand this. We in India eat the sugar cane, clean it and take a bite and chew it and swallow the whole juice. Thereafter, on the road, not collecting and keeping in the pocket, useless. For us, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. One wife was complaining to me about her husband, and he was very quiet like him, absolutely quiet. And wife was non-stop chatterbox. Wise people understand this. So he was a smoker, and he'll smoke and anywhere. So the wife was frustrated. And then when I went to their house, they want to use us for their purpose. Swamiji, see, everywhere he puts his cigarette butts and ash everywhere. How many times I told him, either smoke outside or put it in an ashtray. But he doesn't listen and understand. He just does whatever he wants. What should I do? So I asked husband. I said, husband, there is a complaint. If I filed against you, what do you have to say? He was so cool, calm. Swamiji, you told us, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Yes. Whole world is my house, my family. Yes. Now you can imagine, if whole world is my family, my ashtray will be of the size of the house. Relax. Don't get disturbed because of anything. Then only you can focus on something. See? And therefore, we work hard. We succeed in life. And like having taken the juice of the sugarcane piece in our mouth, chew it, swallow, and throw the remaining juiceless garbage. Throw. Such are the students whose mind can focus on something higher. See, friends. Now the best example is our Arjun. Arjun was very successful in his life. He did very well in whichever field he was. As a warrior, he was the best. As an archer, he was the best. As a music teacher, he was the best. As a Bharatanatyam teacher, he was the best. Any field he has touched, he succeeded, never defeated himself. So after having done this, now all your faculties have become enlivened. No more depression. अब जी के क्या करेंगे? मरो. मरते भी नहीं. Those who are in depression, they are not qualified for spiritual evolution. See, friends. And therefore, we take the example of Arjun and various things which we come across in Bhagavad Gita as to how do we discover the self with the help of the knowledge given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The first point which I wanted to emphasize is that we should be very clear that spiritual life is not for those who are unsuccessful in life. Important. Second thing, many times you must have come across many places, institutions, They all the time focus attention on the children. See, it is the KG1, KG2 watch, but it's okay. And don't get them into, Dekho beta, we should do meditation. See, they torture the children. They are teaching now meditation for children. In one place, I went there, they were telling Swamiji, we are teaching meditation for the children. I was feeling pity on those children. So the children were sitting. And yoga teacher, now we will do meditation. See, Swamiji has come, he is watching you. We will do meditation. So all the children sit like this. All different faces like that. Now close your eyes and stood. Arey yaar, kids are kids, let them play. See? Therefore, real spiritual life begins, if you ask me, after you have done sufficient damage to yourself up to maybe age of 40 plus. Most of the problems in life begin after 40. If you take the data, maximum divorces happen when the couple is 40 plus. See? Mutual interest disappears. Human mind cannot remain attracted toward the same thing for a long period of time, whatever it may be. It cannot remain attracted. And by the time they have become 40, 42, 45, not only the interest is lost, but mistakes are discovered which are not there. And this is how that time one becomes frustrated. Today also I received one message. Swamiji, I have been listening you for so many years. Now I am in a very great mess. Please help me. What should I do? So that man or boy must be around 40. From the questions I can tell. See, friends. Therefore, it is for us. We have tested the world and we found it is not fulfilling in life. The second point. We all have learned fulfillment of desires as the only thing of our life. If you have to write an biography as to what we have done till date, so what we will write? We have been trying to fulfill desires of our life and yet they remain unfulfilled. Balastavat krida saktaha. When we are children interested in the various kinds of toys. Tarunastavat taruni raktaha. When they are the teenagers and that age, then interested in the boys or the girls. And then they are in the old age, then vruddhastavat chintasaktaha, all the time worried. Parame brahmane kopi naraktaha. Nobody wants to know who am I. And this is what matters ultimately in life. See? And therefore, God, out of sheer compassion for us, He creates a situation in our life wherein we pause. See? You must have seen here in UK, I didn't see, in USA it is seen, where there are road crosses and not a big road, small roads, 1 or 2 cars can pass. And there are no traffic lights, but there is a post, stop. And the rule is, where the stop sign is there, you have to stop 100%. Car should come to a halt. Then look at right and left. And when there is nobody, then proceed ahead. See? In the same manner, we have to stop and look back and ahead. What have we achieved in our life till date? Have we discovered fulfillment of life or fulfillment in life? Or still there is a big vacuum? See? And therefore, God creates a situation in our life. One situation I'll tell you. There was a boy, a Tamilian, very nice. He received me in California at San Jose Airport, and when I was going by car with him, he started talking. Swamiji, I am so and so. I got a very beautiful wife, two wonderful kids. They are this one is 7 years, second is 5 years, and sufficient money. I earned lot, and my 10 generations can survive on that. So much money I have got, and health-wise we are all right. Now, what is heaven than this? Swarga और क्या होता है? I said, very good. So I'll call you as Swargavasi. The one who is living in the Swarga is Swargavasi. Then he dropped me and he says, Swamiji, in the evening I will come. I said, okay, come. Now leave me, I will go take bath and sleep. Evening he came. But he was a totally different person. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Crying. Swamiji, why this happened to me? I said, I don't know what happened and why happened. Then he told his story. When I went, I got a phone call from my wife and she told, hereafter I am not going to come home. I have sorted out all the legal papers. And as per the requirement, we have to be separate for so many months or a year. So I am not going to come. And the kids you can keep, I don't need them. And then he started to say, Swamiji, what will I do now? See? Friends, these events in our life are necessary to change the direction of life. One day you will discover this. We become miserable, disturbed, never because of the enemies outside. We become disturbed, miserable because of the enemies inside. See, if you take our country, India, the external enemies we are able to handle. But those who are living in our own country and functioning against the country, how to handle them? See? This is the story of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita brings this point very conspicuously. Arjuna was extremely successful in his life. He was never defeated in any war that he fought. And when the Mahabharata war came, he had two negative things in him. Remember these two negative things. One negative thing was perpetual success. Friends, success we can digest. Failure we can digest at times. Digesting perpetual success is very difficult. Who is like me? Konyasti sadrusho maya. I have done this thing, I have done that thing. I. See? And such a person starts looking down upon the world. See? So, when he comes to the battlefield with that arrogance of success, he tells Bhagavan Krishna, take my chariot between two armies, and he gives the reason. First, let me see with whom I have to fight. He knew in the opposite army, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, all his brothers, there were no enemies. All family relation. Actually, Pandavas were also Kauravas. They belonged to Kuruvamsha. See? And yet that arrogance. So first thing we have to understand, problems do not come from the enemies. Problem comes from the near and dear. If we hear some boy has done something wrong and then he was taken up by the police and he is put behind the bar, what we will say? These days the children go this way, that way, and parents don't look after the children. This is the result. No. We are talking about your son. Oh, my son. Yes. Everything changes. See, friends. This is the basic thing we have to understand. Problems are not outside. If we do not discover ourselves, because of this virus called as ego. Ego means what? It must essentially go. It should not stay all the time. That ego factor is brought by a person in his character by this principle. That you can see this very easily. The vegetarians, they think themselves to be superior than the non-vegetarians. I am not a non-vegetarian eating the dead animals. I am a vegetarian, holier than thou. Okay, you are vegetarian, nice, but what business we have got to condemn others? The idea is we try to compare. In the present, we destroy ourselves by this virus of ego by comparisons. Never compare anything, anywhere. We are not here to label something or somebody. Okay. So, I am a vegetarian, not a non-vegetarian. And then there is one more variety. I am a vegan. You have to tell in this style. You can't say I am vegan. Tell in this style. I am a vegan. I am not eating the plants and all that. Cow's milk. This holier than thou attitude in life is very difficult to get out of it. And it is here we don't discover the truth. See, I'll tell you one or two examples. I was somewhere in somebody's house and they were giving me food. So one old lady came from the satsang. She used to come and she got some pakodas for me. Swamiji, I cannot call you to my house, but I have prepared this pakoda for you. Please eat. I said, okay, Mama, keep it. Now, my hostile, you know this thing, no? Like I'll be staying with Shekhar, he is my host. His wife is hostile. Feminine gender of the host is hostile. And the children are hostilities. And I am a hostage. See? So, the hostile told that old lady, you brought onion and garlic pakodas. Do you know? Mahatma, don't eat this thing. Take it away. And then old lady, her face becomes so I winked at her. Amma, wait. And then I told my hostile, I said, Mama, you are not giving me green chilies. I wanted green chilies, I told you. She went in the kitchen to get green chilies. I took that pakodas and I was eating that. And when she came, she became so angry. I told you don't give to Mahatmas. Mahatmas don't eat onions. Why do you give? I said, Mama, you are perfectly right, but in a wrong place. How come? I said, Mahatmas don't eat onion. I am not a Mahatma. I am a CH Atma. Chota Atma. Not a Bada Atma. Friends, spiritual life, if you want to discover, give up all spatial status. We don't have to do anything. Change your focal length. Then every experience will reveal the truth to us. See? Are we staying in the walls or on the walls? No. Are we staying on the ceiling or in the ceiling? No. Are we staying in the windows or the doors? No. Where are we staying? We are staying in the space. See? Whatever may be the building material, does it make any difference whether the walls are made of gold or in some, you must have seen also, heard also, very rich filthy people, their toilets are made of gold. So you may be sitting on the commode made of gold, but do you bring out the diamonds? How simple it is. So our attention is not on the space. Attention is on the conditions. And therefore we miss the space. See, friends, if we want to discover correctly what is the right identity, don't get caught up in conditionings. And on the basis of this, all suffer in life. See? Therefore, if we have to discover the self, what is the first condition? Decondition yourself. See how many conditions we are carrying, a burden on our house, on our head. I am man, I am woman. I am rich, I am poor. I am healthy, I am unhealthy. I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am Sikh. I am educated, I am uneducated. I am rich, I am poor. See? And as a result, the space is lost. And we are lost in. Do you know this window? It costs $1 million. Oh. Through this $1 million window, inside Bhagwan Krishna comes. Or the smell of the fish from the same window comes. See, friends, if we want to discover the truth, remember this principle. We should never think of becoming extraordinary. To the extent, the space. Whether the space is in a temple, in a church, in a mosque, or the space is in a toilet. So the space in the temple, is it holy? And the space in the toilet, is it unholy? Both the places are supported by the same space. Space doesn't get influenced by what it supports. Discover this principle. Nirvishesha satta, non-specific being. This non-specific being is hidden under various criteria or conditions, and thereby it becomes specific. Earth is one, water is one, fire is one, air is one, space is one, mind is one, God is one. The truth is one. How this one has become many? Same way, like one man, he becomes a son with reference to his father. He becomes a husband with reference to his wife. He becomes a father with reference to his son. Has he become many? And who is miserable? Who is disturbed? Not the man. It is the son is disturbed because of the Hitler father. The husband is disturbed because of the Mahakali at home. See, the father is disturbed because of the Rakshasa, the son. Man is not disturbed. So if you have to discover yourself, what will you do, tell me? Is it a process of doing something and gaining something? Or it is a process of discarding everything? Therefore Upanishad says, न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेन एके अमृतत्वमानशो परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदांत विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्थाः संन्यासयोगाद् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परा अन्धकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ते सर्वे त्यागेन एके अमृतत्वमानशो. So we have become that girl is a woman. So just be a lady. No, but Swamiji, I want to get married to him. My parents are telling no, but I want to get married to him. Means what? Being is a girl. Getting married is BB. Remain only one B, not BB. Samsar will begin. See, friends. And therefore, what happened to Arjuna was this conditioning. Perpetual success, therefore arrogance. Let me see who dares fight with me. See, friends. And therefore, all the problems come in life. And the problems are never outside. The problems are in our own mind. See, friends. So simple it is. And the second problem, because of which we are not able to discover our own being. And the second problem is bitterness or hatred for anybody in this world. We should never have that. You know the story of Bhagwan Rama in Ramayana. When Ravana was killed by Bhagwan Ram, after that, what he tells Vibhishan and Arjuna in Lakshmana? Listen now. Enmity is over after death. Now, go and do all the holy rites which are required to be done for a dead person. See how important it is. This hatred for anybody on any count is like a leukoderma on the face of a beautiful girl. You must have come across. Sometime the girl is very beautiful and very successful, very intelligent, very creative, but there is some place, a small leukoderma, all the other qualities are cancelled. See, friends, exactly the same way, whatever may be there. But if there is any kind of hatred in our mind, we will never discover ourselves. See, once I went to Shirdi Sai Baba, and there were few commandos with me. Because those people know me, I get a special entrance. So we went. And I did namaskar, put my head on that paduka, and then namaskar to Baba, and then they gave me one coconut, one garland, I took it, I went away. Whole process took maximum 5 to 7 seconds. There is nothing to do. And other people, they are pushed by the police. Go ahead, because huge queue. So when I came out, my friend asked me, Swamiji, we are pushed to go fast. Nobody touches you, allow you to do as long as you want. But you stay there only for a few minutes and go ahead. Why? I said 2 reasons. Number 1 reason. Before anybody has to tell us, get out, we should have a wisdom to live. See? How important it is in our life. But we don't understand this. Nay, we don't want to understand this. Most of the families have this big problem. See? Don't meddle in the lives of your children. We have destroyed our life, let them destroy their life. No, but we want to help them. How to destroy? Don't worry, they are your children. They know better. Don't get involved unnecessarily. See, my friends. And therefore, before anybody has to tell us, get away. How simple it is, not difficult. And therefore, this bitterness is also to be given up before it destroys our mind. So I told that friend of mine, I did not stay there long. You know why? Because I have asked from God, from my Sai Baba. I have asked. What I have asked? I said, why should I tell you? It is personal. He said, no, tell me. I said, will you ask the same thing? Yes. Nothing beyond that? Yes, I will do that. I said, okay. I have asked one thing. O Lord, let there be no hatred in my mind for anybody, for any reason in my whole life. No hatred, no bitterness, no nothing. See? It is so important. But Arjuna had that thing in his mind. And how he said that? We are not like them. Now what are the words he uses? Like them who are atatai, who are terrorists. And who are we? Asmabi prapashyat bihi. We are wise people. We understand what is right and wrong. See what an extent one can fall in life. If you don't like somebody, it's okay. It is not necessary that we have to like everything or everybody. But does it mean we should spoil our mind for that? See, friends, these 2 things has covered the divinity that Arjuna was. And Arjuna's story is none other than our story. See? You can see those people who are perpetually successful in their life, they have got some kind of arrogance. No arrogance. Don't become extraordinary. Remain ordinary. There is to be a great Mahatma in Vrindavan. I have learnt a lot from him. He used to tell the things in a very light way. He said, "Oh, Mahatmas, a great Vairagi, dispassionate Mahatma. Who is dispassionate Mahatma? He who has got dozens of ashram all over the world. Dispassionate. He is a very simple Mahatma. He moves only in Rolls Royce. That's very simple. See, friends, therefore, anything which covers our real nature has to be removed. Then the self is discovered. And for that, situations are created by the divine will. Now this principle I told number of times, you must get it clear in your mind. Whenever there is some kind of pain in our life on any issue, it is not given to us to make us miserable. See? Like sometimes one gets pain in the knee. No, that knee pain is not given to make us miserable, but to tell us, hey, something is wrong with your knee, go to the doctor, show, and wait till you get the appointment for your knee replacement. Maybe it will take 3-4 years. If you survive, then get it done. If you want to do it quickly, go to India and do it better, free. Because it is urgent. In the same manner, toothache. Toothache is not given to make us miserable, but to tell something is going wrong, check it. See? And for this we don't have to go anywhere. Learn from your own experiences. Like the other day I told, when I was in Boston, I had a so terrible, excruciating pain in my upper molar. And talking was painful, eating was painful. So when they took me to the dentist, she saw everything. She said, Swamiji, your teeth are normal, there is nothing wrong with the teeth. Your gums are inflamed, whatever may be the reason. So I'll give antibiotics and you take them 3 times a day, it will be over. So I took those antibiotics for 7 days, everything gone. So that pain was not given me to make me suffer. Now apply the same principle to everything. If we get hurt, then you are thinking the wrong way. See, many times in relations, we get hurt because of each other. The moment we get hurt, instead of reacting, learn from that. See? But instead of learning, we counter-react. And this is how our divine nature is covered. This is exactly what happened or what was created by Bhagavan Sri Krishna for Arjuna. When out of these 2 negativities, perpetual success and bitterness in his heart, when he orders Bhagavan Krishna that take my chariot between the 2 armies, Bhagavan Krishna had an option to take the chariot anywhere. Imagine for the sake of imagination, had he taken the chariot in front of Duryodhan, Dushasan, will Arjuna ask any question? Think. But what Bhagavan Krishna did? Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam. Of all the warriors, kings who were on the battlefield, leaving all of them aside, he took the chariot in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. And these were the 2 altar of reverence for Arjuna. Dronacharya taught Arjuna how to lift the bow, how to fix the pratyancha, how to fix the arrow and shoot. To that Dronacharya you have to kill. That Bhishmacharya, to whom Arjun was some extraordinarily special one, to that grandfather I have to kill. Oh God! And all the achievements and everything that he had completely drained away. See, friends. But old habits of the successful people is argumentation. They keep on arguing on every small little thing. See, therefore when somebody asks me some question, I put two conditions. If you want me to talk or give you a reply on this thing, one condition is, we will not discuss after my talk is over. Second thing, there is no argument on any point. Are you ready? Then I will talk. Very important. Arjuna started arguments. How? First he confessed. He is completely drained away. Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishishyate. All my limbs are hanging, mouth has become dried up, and the bow in my hand is slipping away. My mind is going in circles here and there. I can't think properly. Why? Because now I realize I don't have to fight with the enemies, but I have to fight with my nears and dears. See, friends. So tell me, by birth, who are we? See, how important it is. It is something like this. One person who also conducts satsang, a student, he asked me, Swamiji, you give so many examples and I don't get examples, to make the point. Tell me which books you are following, example books. I said, you are one book. Learn from every experience of your life. Now this point which I am telling, how I learned it. As usual, I had to go to somebody's house for food, dinner, lunch, whatever. That is my professional hazards. See? So I went. And husband was talking to himself. I don't know, these days people take so much money, but the phone is hanging up and again, I don't know what to do. He was talking to himself. When he was frustrated, wife was inspired. Because she got an idea how to condemn the husband. You only go on complaining. You don't know even how to use the phone. So he was keeping quiet, what else can he do? Then she told, ask Swamiji, he will tell you. Correct? So he came to me, Swamiji, my case is referred to you. My phone is hanging, what should I do? I said, go to settings, scroll down, there is an option, reset factory settings, click there. Now there is a message, all the data will be erased, yes and no, yes. Put yes in it. All data are erased. I said, now restart. Oh, it is working. But now all the data is gone. Now tell me, factory settings, phones are perfect. My dear friends, by birth, we are all divine. Why this phone got hung up? Free download. You go on getting free download to such an extent that the device cannot handle. In the same manner, find out your own capacity. Don't worry about the whole world. Mind your mind. All those who have come to save this world, the savior of the world, they were shaved off. World is as it is. Bhagwan Ram came and went. What difference it made? Bhagwan Krishna came and went. What difference it made? All the so-called saviors of the world have come, gone. What difference it made? Can you improve the mirage waters? See, friends, don't take this world very seriously. Focus attention on your own being. See? The one who created good, he also created bad. Then there is a fun. See? But not recognizing this principle, we get obsessed with one-sidedness of life. So we have to recognize the basic principle. To know who we are, the basic principle is world is made up of complementary opposites. You cannot do anything about it. Good, bad, health, disease, joy, sorrows, friends, enemies, victory, defeat, riches, poverty. This is how the world is. Day, night. Are we going to fight? With whom? With the day or with the night? No. Accept it gracefully. When we will accept it gracefully, then we are slowly coming back to our divine essential nature. See? My friends, this is what we all do every day. But we are not learning from our own life. When we go to sleep, what do we do? Analyze your own experience at home, not now. Otherwise, Swami, we start now? No, not now. When you go home. So, what is the sleep? Sleep is a process of giving up everything. And in deep sleep, what is our identity? We are happy. Happiness is our identity. There is no I there. See? In the waking, there is a competition. In the dream, there is a competition. In the deep sleep, is there a competition? You snore this dB, I will snore shouter than you. No. There is nobody. So what is our real identity? We are nobody. Remain as nobody. And therefore, it is rightly said, nobody is happy. It is very true. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. So nobody's status is our real identity. Discover yourself. See? But when we become somebody, somebody else, you are a fool and you become miserable. No. Let him say, who cares? We know what we are. In short, when we thus recognize the basic principle, essentially we are divine. Because of the conditionings, we appear to have become limited. Like space is infinite. Because of the conditioning, it appears it has become small. But whether the space is total or in the hall, it is the same. And for that, we don't have to break the walls, only know whether worldly objects or our being. All of them have got the same story. We are all divine. Like you take water in two containers and pour into each other, can we differentiate the water? It is the same. Exactly the same way. Therefore, to discover the self that we are, the first requirement is Tyage naike amritatva manashu. Do not carry the burden of upadhi or conditionings on your head and become a labor. Relax. There is nothing that is to be gained in the spiritual life because there is no loss at all. Discover this equation. Total gain is equal to total loss. The day you discover this, you have known yourself. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.